Welcome to today's Explainer. We are looking at a genuinely epic comparison between two massive, incredibly loyal, and ancient dog breeds. On one side, you've got the Cane Corso, right? This insanely athletic guardian with roots stretching all the way back to Roman war dogs. And on the flip side, we have the English Mastiff, literally one of the oldest and largest dog breeds on the planet. Both are incredibly powerful, and both have this rich history of working alongside humans. But as you're about to see, bringing one of these titans into your home, well, it's going to result in a completely different day-to-day reality, depending on which one you choose.
Okay, let's just dive right into this with a number that is, frankly, kind of hard to wrap your head around. 230 pounds. That is the staggering upper weight limit an English Mastiff can actually reach. To put that into perspective for a second, we're talking about a dog that can easily outweigh a fully grown adult human. The Cane Corso, also a giant in its own right, tipping the scales at up to 110 pounds of just solid muscle. So no matter how you slice it, we are dealing with sheer, undeniable scale here.
Which brings us to a really fascinating question, especially if you're thinking about getting one of these guys. Does a bigger dog automatically mean a harder, more demanding workout? I mean, it's a supernatural assumption to make, right? You look at a 200-pound animal and you immediately think, man, I'm going to have to run 5 miles a day just to tire this absolute beast out. But is that actually true? Well, we're going to challenge that exact assumption right now by looking at what the data actually tells us.
Section 1. Two titans, different lifestyles.
And this perfectly illustrates the divide. On one hand, the Cane Corso is built with moderate to high energy. They are athletic, they're lean, and they fundamentally thrive when they're given a specific job to do. I mean, their Italian name roughly translates to bodyguard dog. Contrast that with the English Mastiff. They have a much lower energy level overall, they are remarkably laid back, easygoing, and honestly, generally perfectly happy just lounging around with their family.
Section 2. Cane Corso, the active protector.
Because they are so naturally athletic, a Cane Corso requires at least an hour of brisk, really challenging exercise every single day. A casual, slow stroll around the block? Yeah, that is simply not going to cut it for this dog. They need significant, highly structured daily activity to maintain their physical health, sure, but honestly, just as importantly, to maintain their mental well-being. Without it, you are looking at a very restless and probably very unhappy companion.
So, what does that hour actually look like in practice? Well, we're talking long, brisk walks, active running, and plenty of structured playtime. But here's the kicker. Mental challenges like agility, tracking, scent work, and obedience training, those are just as vital. Tiring out their brain through scent work and problem solving is literally just as critical as tiring out their legs. It's the whole shebang.
Section 3. English Mastiff, gentle giant. I absolutely love this detail from our source material. It says, they often served as war dogs, though today they're much more at home on your lap. Yep, you read that right. These giant beasts want to cuddle. It is just so surprising and honestly a little funny to think that one of the oldest war dogs in history, a breed dating way back to 55 BC that used to guard massive estates, now actively prefers the couch over the battlefield.
So, what exactly does a Mastiff's workout look like then? Get this, just 20 to 30 minutes. That's it. Now, you obviously shouldn't let them become complete sedentary couch potatoes. They definitely still need to move to stay healthy and keep those joints mobile. But a few short, slow-paced strolls of 20 to 30 minutes around the block are usually perfectly sufficient to keep an adult Mastiff physically and mentally content.
Section 4. Shared danger. Fragile puppies.
So, the really crucial point here is understanding the severe risk of developmental orthopedic diseases. These are super painful conditions, like hip and elbow dysplasia, which are directly caused by putting undue stress on their immature developing joints. And the stakes here? They are immense. Overexerting these massive puppies while their bones are still rapidly growing can literally lead to a lifetime of medical, financial, and emotional burden.
To protect them, there are some really strict rules you've got to follow for giant breed puppies. Rule 1, prevent overexertion at all times. Basically, if the puppy looks tired, playtime is over. Immediately. Rule 2, absolutely no forced running. This means no having the dog jog alongside you on the pavement. And Rule 3, avoid high jumping and high impact play. You really want to avoid situations where the pup is leaping into the air or twisting sharply. These high impact activities, they absolutely must wait until their growth plates have fully closed and they are fully grown adults.
Section 5. Which titan fits you?
Let's bring this all together into a clear side-by-side summary. On weight, the Corso is a lean 80 to 110 pounds, while the Mastiff is just a towering 120 to 230 pounds. Energy level, the Corso is moderate to high, while the Mastiff is much lower and laid back. For exercise, you really must commit to an hour or more of brisk, engaging activity for the Corso, compared to just 20 to 30 minutes of gentle strolling for the Mastiff. So ultimately, the vibe is an active bodyguard versus a cuddly couch potato.
Which brings us to our final thought for today's explainer. Are you ready for a high-energy, active protector who's going to challenge you physically and mentally every single day? Or do you have room on your lap and, well, in your home for a 230-pound gentle giant who just wants to lounge by your side? The answer to that question will tell you exactly which of these magnificent titans belongs in your life. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and keep learning.